Hey guys, it's me Gray, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you guys are new. So today I'm coming at you guys with a brand new speed build. Well, if you couldn't tell by the, if you couldn't tell by the title and the thumbnail. Yeah. So fun fact, you guys, I actually built this house all the way back in November, and I edited all of it, but then I couldn't figure out how to do the voiceover because something weird was happening where it wouldn't work, and yeah, I just couldn't do it. But anyways, I'm finally back on YouTube again with a speed build, and this speed build is it doesn't exactly have a name, but it's just like a cottagecore speed build. And honestly, you guys, to be like completely real and honest, this is probably my favorite build I've done so far in The Sims 3. Like genuinely, like my favorite house. It's just the most aesthetically pleasing. It's the one that I feel like I would live in if I were a sim, or if it existed in real life, I would like live in this house because it's just very small and adorable, and I just think it's really nice and cute. But yeah, anyways, what's new for you guys? How's your day? Have you been? I've just since my last video, I've started college. I think I was already in college, my last voiceover. I don't remember, but anyways, by this point, I've already finished my first semester of college. I'm a first year. I'm in my spring semester, and yeah, everything's great. It's just a lot of fun. Well, not really, but it's been a learning curve transitioning to college and learning how to excel in classes and do really well, but like that's a natural thing. Like it's a very transitionary point. But anyways, you guys, how was your New Year's? I know that it's like almost February, but well, actually it may be February by the time I'm uploading this, by the time this is up. But yeah, did you guys have fun? How was your January? Did you guys actually end up doing your resolutions, your goals? Did you come up with goals? I used to come up with goals actually for New Year's and resolutions like everyone else, but then I just kind of stopped because honestly, what's the point? I never ended up completing them, and it's just better to have long-term goals than goals for that I'm gonna say that I'm gonna do and then I'm gonna forget about in 2 weeks or give up on in 2 weeks. But yeah, I think this might be my smallest house I've ever done in The Sims 3. Also, I think it's my first original speed build because my first original build because I actually did build it, and it wasn't based on a floor plan or anything of that sort, of those sorts. But yeah, it's currently Sunday night as I'm recording this, and I have school tomorrow, I have classes tomorrow, and yeah, I just wanted to film this. And yeah, this build is inspired by cottagecore, by the cottagecore aesthetic. I really love that aesthetic, and I love the way it looks along with dark academia. I love those aesthetics. I think they just look really nice and warm and comforting, and I just wanted to recreate it. But yeah, yeah, I have no idea what to talk about, so it's gonna be very interesting. So I guess I'll just commentate on the build. As I don't know if you were paying attention, but we are as of currently on the exterior of the build, I guess. I mean, yeah, we're just we're on the exterior. I don't know why I said it like that, but just the exterior. But yeah, I went for a very stone and brown siding type aesthetic, and it's very brown and very it's a lot of browns and beiges and creams to just give it that kind of cabiny aesthetic, even though this is intended to be used as a regular home and not a cabiny mountain home, but it could be if you wanted it to. I don't know what I'm saying. Also, I don't know if you guys can tell, but in this video, I don't think we're at that point yet, but halfway into this build, or maybe a couple more minutes into this build, it just it does go from looking the way it does right now into more dark because I changed my lighting mod. I used to use actually the Frozen inspired lighting mod by Burnt Waffles, and now I use the dystopian lighting mod by Burnt Waffles because I just like the way it looked a lot more, and honestly, I just felt that like my aesthetic when it came to building in The Sims, I just kind of like become a lot more dark and, you know, just like a lot more dark and like a lot less colorful. And because I did used to go for like, I actually recall that if you do go and look back on like some of my older videos, I did definitely go for that like more very hyper colorful, cartoony aesthetic and look with my builds. And it was just like, you know, it was fun for the time, and I definitely do still have kind of like a fondness for that like aesthetic or that style of The Sims, because I did go for that like style for like a very long time. But yeah, I just have kind of like changed over to like neutrals and like more, well, not exactly like neutrals, but like more of a subtle, natural look when it comes to my game. I guess like realistic maybe would be the term, but like, I don't know. I'm not like inherently trying to be like realistic with my building style. But yeah. I remember with my last voiceover, which was 7 months ago, I actually did say that I was gonna promise a let's play. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do a let's play anymore. Because honestly, like, I tried and it was not working. And, you know, it just like, it wasn't exactly what like I wanted. It wasn't turning out the way that I wanted it to turn out. I'll just say that, you know what I mean? But yeah, yeah. I don't know, I think for now, I'm gonna do like some speed builds, and, you know, I'm gonna do the occasional speed build every couple of months, I guess. Cause I don't know, I have this thing where like I don't get inspiration for builds that much. Like I don't really like get the inspiration like often to do like a build. Like every couple of weeks I'll like get an inspo for like a build, and I'll like do the build and I'll really enjoy doing it. But then afterwards I just like have no ideas, and when I do have ideas, I usually don't have like the energy to want to do the builds. Or like I'll do like half a build and then I'll like delete the footage because I don't feel like it's good enough. Because I feel like I've recently like developed a mindset of like I only want to upload the houses and like the concepts that I really enjoy and I'm really passionate about doing. I also think that this is probably one of my shortest speed builds. It might be like my second or third, maybe my first, but I don't remember. I think it's definitely in my top 3 of my like longest, one of my shortest speed builds, sorry, because it is like shorter. It's like 15 minutes, it's under 20 minutes, and you know, it just, you know, it's that length. But yeah, I did kind of take inspiration from I did take inspiration from a like floor plan kind of to an extent, but like I don't know, I wasn't exactly like following a floor plan like exactly the way it was, but like just more so like taking inspiration from pictures on Pinterest or whatever. Also, I did install like some new custom content for this. As you may have seen, I used like a custom chimney, which I think is really nice and good. And yeah, I mean, I think it's nice and fun. And yeah, I'm of course using those flooring and wallpapers that I very frequently use in my builds, and yeah, I think they're really good and really nice, and they're just really like nice and dark, which I really enjoy. Because like, you know, it's a lot of wood tones, which I think is like kind of developing into a style of mine that I'm using a lot more often. Like I don't really have a set style because my style does fluctuate very often, but like there are like the couple of items that I use very frequently. But even then, like there will be like a case where like I won't use them in a build. But yeah. Sorry if I've been saying like but yeah for a really long time, but like yeah. So I enrolled in college like last year, and I'm currently an English major in college, so yeah, that's a lot of fun. I don't really know what to talk about. I got good grades. I feel like a lot of people, like when they go into college, I feel like a lot of people talk about how like it's like really difficult and like the transition is like really it's a struggle because like it's like, you know, it's a lot more like self-paced and well, it's a lot more like self-taught, not self-paced, and like it's like more difficult information. Like not exactly like it's not immediately like much more difficult, but like it is like notably like different in its tone because like you are allotted more independence and the expectations with that independence are much higher. Those are counters that I don't think I've used in a while. We are currently in the kitchen. This is kind of like kitchen with like a breakfast nook. I think that's fun. I don't think I've done that before. And I kind of did something interesting where I kind of just like made the floors like a stone, and where I usually would go for like a tile. I would usually go for like a tile because I don't know, I feel like tile is like very conventional, very like nice, and I like the way it looks. But like for this one, I went for like a stone to kind of like emphasize that cabiny look. This is a 2-bedroom like family home, by the way. Family home. I imagine like a couple living here with like their only kid. And like I see this being like one of those like forever houses. Like it's not like a stepping stone house, but it's like one of those houses for like a smaller family with like one kid. Like for example, if I were to move a family into this house, I would not have them have another kid. I would just have them live here. But that's just me. I also like for this build, like I think it's interesting because with this build, I placed it on a platform, but like I placed it on like a tiny platform, like a 1 tile high platform, which I think was really nice and like experimental. And you know, I'm just so quirky and fun where like I experiment with stuff like that. But yeah, so we've moved on into like the closet, the walk-in closet of the parents of the couple of your Sims, where they can just like walk in there and they can change. And yeah, it is like very like it's very interesting because I feel like normally with these kinds of builds you wouldn't like access one of the bedrooms through a closet and the only bathroom through a closet, but I guess with this one you do. And I don't know, I think that's interesting. Also, like, I don't know why, but I just had to place like a massive like dining table. That's really like strange, but whatever. It fills up the space nicely because I kind of had like no idea how to fill up the space otherwise. I don't know, I feel like with like when the rooms are too big, not that I'm saying that this room is like big, but like, you know, it's a reasonable amount, but like a reasonable size, but I do like struggle to like fill it up all the way and like make it seem like full and like lived in and cluttered and nice. A nice environment for your Sims to live in. Yeah, I think I've moved on to the hallway. I'm just like placing a desk. I believe I use a computer. And just like the typical necessities for your Sims to use. Yeah, a bookshelf. Yeah, I have no idea what to talk about. Sorry about that, but like, I don't know. We've moved on to the bathroom. With this one, I just kind of went for a nice vibe. You know, something simple, kind of minimalist, but like cozy and comfortable. But yeah. Yeah. Sorry for like dead space, but like no idea what to talk about. I don't know, I feel like I still haven't gotten to that point where I have like had to like leave you all to some music. But I don't know, I feel like I don't know, I wouldn't do that because, well, I did that with like my previous speed build, but I've never done it where like I've like to where I was like talking in the speed build, but then I just like cut it off midway to music. Like there's always been like music playing in the background of me. As you can see, I just saved, and that means it's a different recording. By this point, I think I've changed the lighting mode. I've definitely changed the lighting mode by this point. But yeah. I kind of just like jump all around in the build. Well, actually, no, I don't. I like go room by room. I feel like with my next build, which I do already have filmed and edited, and it's coming after this one, I like jump around that entire house like all the time. Like I'll like place down like 2 pieces of furniture in one room, and then I like move on to another room and I finish a little bit of that room, and then I go back to the original first room, and then I go back, and then it's very like jumpy. But yeah. This is the parents' bedroom. I just went for like a very autumnal vibe, even though I'm aware that like by this point it is like winter. But you know, I think autumnal and winter vibes can kind of go hand in hand with their styles. But yeah. Yeah, and I'm about to place a rug. Sorry, I haven't like seen like this build in like a while, so I'm just like commentating on, you know, the vibe of it, I guess. And yeah. And I'm currently picking out some lights. And yeah, I feel like out of all the rooms in this house, like the most like different one is like the kids' bedroom, which I like intended it for like a child. You know, I intended it for like like a child that, like, you know, loves toys and loves the color pink, and like there's a lot of pink in this room. Like it's definitely like the most like vibrant room out of any in the house. Or just like I kind of like place like down a dollhouse, like some toys and like a stuffed bear, and you know, I just kind of went for that, like, I guess like stereotypical child bedroom where you have like the pink room and you have like, or you have like a blue room, or you have like a yellow room, where it's like, yeah, just like aggressively stereotypical. And yeah, I think by this point I was almost done with like the build. And yeah, I don't remember if I did the landscaping on this one. If I like did it on camera. Oh, did I not do it on camera? Interesting. I must have cut it out. And so anyways, you guys, I hope you guys are enjoying this build, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Oh, and subscribe.